My name's Lauren. I am going to be bringing you a sequence today for postpartum. So all you new amazing mothers out there, I want to offer you a sequence that you feel comfortable being able to move within your body, and that you'll be able to not only get some good feelings and lengthening, but also a little bit of strengthening within your body. I have not personally had a child, but I have lots of friends who have. From a couple of years old all the way down to just a couple weeks old. And I've had a lot of people that have reached out and said that they want to do yoga, but they just don't feel ready yet because of them, being a new mom. Your body has been through an enormous and amazing, beautiful thing that is applauded, and I cannot imagine. And so this sequence here for you, a few things I want to point out before we get into it is, one, I of course want to say I am by no means a professional when it comes to any type of physical therapy. I want you to listen to your body. So really lean into that more than anything. And with that being said, I want to really follow the mantra, this sequence of being slow and low. So I want you to also try to let go of some expectations. I know it can be hard because you want to get back to where you were feeling before, but your body has been through an amazing, enormous, beautiful thing, and it's important to really honor that. So as I talk you through these poses, I'm going to give you different variations. So feel free to level up or level down, listen to your body, do what feels best. And I'm really excited. Last off, a few things if you have them. If not, totally fine. A blanket, any type of bolster. So maybe even if you have like a pregnancy pillow or something, that would be great. And then a block if you have one as well. If you don't have a block, another pillow can do. Again, you don't need any of these things. These will just help kind of get you deeper into those poses. Awesome, so I'm really excited. We'll go ahead and get started in a seated position just like this. This sequence is going to focus a lot on the hips and the lower back. I know from what I've read up on, I'm sure there's a lot of areas of tensity there. Again, though, I want to remind you to listen to your body. So lean in. If you notice any tugging or pulling that doesn't feel great, pull back just a little. So as we get started and come to a comfortable seated position, just cross your legs. It might even feel good to take a bolster or a block and bring it underneath your hips. So if you want to come to a seat on one, to lift your hips, elevate just a little. If that feels good, do that. And we're going to start with the breath. So one of the most important parts, and something that no matter where you are on this journey, you can always come back to. Especially, I'm sure, in any times that you might be feeling a little overwhelmed, the breath is one thing that you can control in any moment within your day. So we'll start by doing alternate nostril breathing, and then a few stretches, and then we'll go into the sequence. So you can keep your eyes open for this first part, and then I invite you to close your eyes. What you're going to do is you're going to stack your spine, find length, head long, shoulders open, chest kind of open, but find some comfort here. And then you're going to take your dominant hand, whichever that is, and you're going to lift it up. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing. So you're going to take your thumb, and you're going to be pressing it into one nostril, and then when we move to the other side, you're going to use your index finger to move to the opposite side. So I'm going to close my eyes to start. What you're going to do, press your thumb into your nostril. I'm going to start with my right nostril. As you press into that nostril, take an inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch over, index to your opposite nostril. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Then exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Same thing here. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch over your thumb to your opposite nostril. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more just like that. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch and hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. One more here. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold and switch for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now from here, we're going to be moving into a little bit of a stretch. So if you have a block underneath you, if it feels comfortable, I would invite you to remove it as we do this little neck stretch. It's one of my favorites. And what you're going to do is take your right hand underneath your right glute and then bring your elbow crease to face out. You want to keep the shoulder open here. Finding some space, find length through your neck. Inhale, reach your left arm up overhead. Exhale, grab for your right ear and gently tug your head down to the side. We hold a lot of tension in our neck and our shoulders. As you pull your head down to the side, continue to lean into that breath here. And I want to invite you to listen to your body, as I said in the beginning. So pull your head down as much as it feels comfortable. If it's too much, lean up. Then as you continue to breathe, slowly rotate your head down so you're facing your left armpit. Your gaze can be open or closed. And then as you continue to breathe with that gaze coming down, keep that right shoulder open. We tend to want to kind of pull forward. We want to find optimal length through our neck by keeping it lifted up and back. So find a full breath. Inhale, exhale. Awesome. Inhale to lift your head back up. Exhale, switch out, opposite side. Left hand underneath your left glute, elbow crease facing out to keep your shoulder open. Inhale, your right arm overhead. Exhale, grab for your left ear, pull your head down to the right side. You might notice a big difference, a big stretch that you didn't have on the other side. Lean in or pull back, slow and low. Find your breath, maybe close your eyes. Again, keep that left shoulder open. Continue to breathe. And then slowly bring that gaze down towards that right armpit if you feel comfortable. Continuing to breathe, keep that left shoulder open. Find a full inhale. Exhale. Then slowly release both hands down. Then both hands underneath your glutes. Elbow creases facing out. I do this hands underneath your glutes is a good way to keep those shoulders down and open and get a nice big yummy stretch. So now we're going to do 2 neck rolls. So slowly bring your chin down to your chest. It does not need to touch by any means, just letting it kind of release down there. And then as you inhale, slowly roll your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale as your neck releases up and back. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Opposite side. Inhale as you roll your head towards the left ear, left shoulder. Exhale, neck up and back. Inhale, right ear to right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Awesome. We'll do one more breath movement. Just slowly, at your own pace, roll your neck around to the right. Releasing it down, slowly finding your chin to your chest. Now opposite side. Again, that breath, keep your shoulders open. Find some breath. Slowly releasing. Chin comes back to chest. Awesome. So we've done some nice, awesome neck stretches. Now we'll begin and come into a child's pose. So this is a time, again, that you can use a blanket, a bolster, if it feels good. One thing I did read is you don't want to be doing anything where you're just like full on your stomach, depending on how far along you are postpartum. But as you find that child's pose, if it feels comfortable, so your knees are going to come wide, big toes to touch, let your seat release. And then you can take a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, and you can even bring that over your chest to lean down here. If it feels more comfortable, you can release your whole body down as well. And then we're going to find a few breaths here in our child's pose. So as you breathe, just notice areas in your body that you're having any extra tension. You want to reach your fingertips towards the top of the mat, but let your seat release down. Relax your shoulders. Let your forearms pull down into the mat if you can. Chest down, third eye center to the mat. We'll find 2 full breath cycles here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Another inhale. Exhale. So you can find 2 more breath cycles in this child's pose. I'm going to offer up embryo pose. This is another great pose. So what you would do, embryo pose is very similar, but you're going to bring your knees together, come to a seat on your feet, and then as you release your chest down, your arms are going to come alongside. So if you want to kind of release down there, third eye center to the mat, or you can stay in your child's pose. We'll find 3 breaths here. Let your body just release. Let it hang heavy. Then inhale, fill up. Open your mouth, exhale. 2 more just like that. Inhale, fill up your lungs. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Slowly come on back up. Then come to a tabletop position on your hands and knees. You want to stack your knees over your hips, your shoulders over your wrists. We're going to find a few cat-cows here. So from here, you're going to inhale cow pose. Let your belly hang low as much as you feel comfortable. If it's too much stretching through your core, feel free to pull back just a little. You want to feel your chest begin to open up. Tailbone pushes up. Look up. Feel your collarbone smile. And continue to breathe. We'll find a full breath in our cow pose to get feeling in that pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, lean in. Take another inhale. Then exhale, cat pose. Curve your spine. Bring your gaze down. Gaze towards your thighs. Find lots of space between your shoulder blades. Length through your whole spine. Again, find a full breath here to find full optimal in this pose. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we'll find 3 rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, cow pose. Slowly lower, lift, look up. Exhale, cat. Lift, find length. Inhale, cow. Look up. Exhale, cat. 1 more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. So do 2 more at your own pace. I want to invite you to do that because I want you to listen to your body. If it feels good to maybe move your hips around or maybe even move your head around when you're doing it. I want to give you a few moments to do 2 more at your own pace. Rolling your neck around, finding space, leaning into this beautiful body that you have. And I want to remind you too, if at any time you need to step away, you can press pause, come right back. Awesome. Slowly find center in this tabletop position. So next up, we're going to do a little bit of strengthening and balance. So again, I want to remind you, lean in and try to let go of any expectations, let go of that ego. So what you're going to do is try to press down a little more through that right hand and then down through your left knee. And then inhale as you reach your right leg out, find length, feel your core ignite here. Continue to breathe. If you feel comfortable, you can lift that left arm long here, finding length through that core. So as you continue to breathe, maybe your hands on the mat, maybe not. As you inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean in, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Now, if your hand's still on the mat, you can do the same thing. Inhale, lengthen. Just exhale, knee in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean in. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Beautiful. Find space back in that tabletop position. And then you'll ground down a little bit more this time through your right knee, and then press down through your left hand. Sorry, I was trying to remember what we were doing here. Finding length, inhale, lift that left leg long, flex your left toes, keep that left hip in line, and then continue to breathe here. This might be enough, finding that length, or maybe reach your right arm out long, finding some balance here. Wherever your hand is, if it's on the mat, you can keep it there. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, squeeze in. Elbow to knee or just knee in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Continue to breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. 3 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. I want to remind you this right hand can be on the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in. 2 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in. Last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, in. Beautiful. Find center in that tabletop. And then from here, we're going to go through a variation of sun salutation A that is going to give you some space and opening here. So from your tabletop position, I want you to try and find a down dog. Lift your knees up. So adjust however you need to here. Heels might be lifted really high. Your knees might be super bent. You can be really close to your hands, really far away. Lean into what feels good here. Shoulders pull away from your ears. Lift out of your wrists. Hips stay high. Gaze towards your thighs. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Look up to the top of your mat. Exhale, walk your feet to meet your hands. We'll find what's called ragdoll pose. So keep your feet about hips width distance apart here. Grab for opposite elbows. And then let your neck hang long and heavy. Bend your knees generously. Feel your lower back release. Maybe sway left and right. Take a few moments here. Find that breath. And slowly release your hands down to the mat. Toe heel your feet to touch. And we'll go through just a few sun salutations here. So inhale, mountain pose. You're going to ground down through both of your heels as you reach your arms up overhead. Once you find mountain pose, your arms overhead, rotate your pinkies in, relax your shoulders down, and then tuck your tailbone. You want to find your pelvic floor to lift up just a little here. And then as you find length through your mountain pose, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly let your fingertips come down to the mat. Bend your knees as generously as you like. Let your neck hang long and heavy. Awesome. Inhale, halfway lift. So you're going to find a flat back. So find length. Your fingertips might come to your shins, your hips, or your thighs. I like to actually bring my arms long to find length through my spine here. And then exhale, plank pose. Hands to the mat, feet come back. This is where we're going to be strengthening that core. So you can hold this plank here. If this is way too much, as you step back, come to plank on your knees. Remember, your core has been through a lot. So just listen to your body here. And then once you find that plank pose, you're going to release. We're going to skip up dog. I want to avoid stretching out and lengthening that core. So you're just going to find down dog. Awesome. Then inhale, three-legged dog. Reach your right leg up high as you can here. That's as high as feels comfortable. Exhale, low lunge. Slowly step that right foot through, however you need it to get there. So take a moment, just as long as you can get it up forward by your hands here. You're going to keep that left knee down on the mat here. And then from here, lift up, keep your hips forward. Inhale, push your hips forward here. Keep your front knee bent. Awesome. Feel that left hip begin to open up. Feel length. Continue to breathe. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Try not to lift up through your whole body. Keep your shoulders relaxed down here. Continue to breathe. And then as you exhale, bend your right elbow. grab for your right elbow with your left hand. You want your right palm to be facing your back here. So you're going to find a big shoulder opening here as you find your breath. Continue to breathe. You can grab for that right elbow, or maybe you release and find cow face arms. So what that means is you're just interlacing your fingers behind your back, if that's in your practice. Find a full breath here. Take an inhale. Exhale. Remember to keep that core kind of relaxed. Inhale, arms overhead, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, half splits. So your right hip's going to come back, flexing those right toes. You can keep a bend generously in that right knee, however much you need to. Keep that lower back release down here. Gaze comes down. If you can, flex those right toes. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale as you bend that right knee. Hands on either side of your right foot. Lift up off your back knee. Exhale, plank pose. Again, you can come to your knees if you like. Take an inhale. Exhale, down dog. Left side. Inhale, three-legged dog. Left leg lifts. Flex those left toes. Exhale, low lunge. Big step through with that left foot to meet your hands, however it needs to get there. So adjust as needed. Right knee comes down to the mat. Bring your hands to your hips to push your hips forward here. Feel a nice little opening, stretching through. Then inhale, crescent moon, arms up overhead. Keep your shoulders relaxed down and try to lean forward, but if that's too much in your core, lean back just a little. Listen to your body, find a full breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, bend your left elbow, grab it with your right hand. Left palm faces your back here. So find a big shoulder opening as you inhale. Exhale. Find one more breath. You can find cow face arms. Maybe you can find it on this side, you couldn't on the other. Every side's different. So maybe you interlace your fingers. Try to keep that chest forward. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, half splits. Left hip comes back. Flex your left toes. So your hands can be in a lot of different places here. I forgot to mention this is also a time if you have a bolster pillow, you can feel free to bring it underneath that right leg. However high as it feels comfortable, however many pillows or blankets. I just want you to find some release in your lower back, but also some opening through that left leg and left hip. Take an inhale here. Exhale, bend that left knee. Hands on either side. Inhale, plank pose. We'll come to your knees, 2. Then exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Awesome. So we'll go through that one more time at a breath to movement pace. Listen to your body. Inhale, up to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your feet to meet your hands. Head hangs heavy, knees bent generously. Inhale, halfway lift. Find length through your spine. Find a flat back, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, ground down as you reach your arms up overhead, shoulders relax down. Exhale, forward fold, fingertips down, head releases. Inhale, halfway lift. Find a flat back, and then exhale, plank pose, or you can skip right back to down dog. As you find a plank, maybe you hold for a breath. Inhale, exhale, down dog. Awesome. Inhale, three-legged dog, right leg lifts. Exhale, low lunge. Get that right foot to meet your hand, however you need to. Adjust as needed. Left knee down onto the mat. You can also take a blanket underneath that left knee if you'd like. Inhale, crescent moon, arms overhead. Exhale, bend your right elbow, grabbing for it with your left hand. Find another full breath. Maybe you find cow face arms. Take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, crescent moon. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, half split. You can bring that blanket or pillow or bolster. Remember, bend that knee as much as you need to. Gaze down, take an inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend that right knee. Lift up off of your back knee as you exhale. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Big step through with that left foot to meet your hands, however you need it to get there. Right knee down. Again, you can bring a blanket underneath that knee if that's too much on either of your knees. Inhale, crescent moon, hips push forward, shoulders relax down. Remember, listen to that body, slow and low. Exhale, bend that left elbow, grab it with your right hand, left palm facing your back. Find a full breath. Maybe you find cow face arms as you inhale. Exhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, half splits, left hip comes back. Flex your left toes, keep bending your left knee. Let your head hang heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Bend that left knee as you inhale. Exhale, lift that right knee up off the mat. Inhale, plank or straight to down dog. Remember, exhale, down dog. Hips up and back. Awesome. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. Inhale, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, malasana. So this is yogi squat. So you can find a forward fold, just walk your feet to meet your hands. And then bring your feet out about as wide as your mat here. And then you're gonna bring your seat down, bending your knees a lot. You can bring that bolster or that block underneath your hips here to kind of find some relief. And then once you find this malasana pose, you have different options. So you can have that block underneath you. Maybe you don't have it. Your heels might be lifted, they might be down, whatever you need. But then hands come to heart center. Press your hands together and then elbows inside your knees. You're gonna do this to help push your elbows into your knees. Feel those hips open up. Feel that nice big opening, nice big stretch. Keep length through your spine. Find a full breath. Inhale, exhale. Another inhale, exhale. Hands down. So this is totally, if this feels good on your body, a little more of a hip opening. If you bring your hands down, elbows stay inside your knees, as much as you feel comfortable, just kind of lean forward. So your heels might lift up off the mat, maybe they don't, but as you lean forward, it's kind of a different way to get those hips open. Elbows pressing into your knees, and then try and release your head and let it hang heavy. Find a big inhale, big exhale. One more inhale, exhale. Awesome. Slowly release, come back up, then release that block if you have one, and we'll slowly come scoot towards the front of your back, and then release down onto your back here. So we're going to find one round of bridge pose if you feel like you can have that in your practice. So you have options here. This is a great time to use a block or a bolster. But your feet are going to come towards your glutes as close as they can here. Keep your knees bent and then fingertips long towards your heels. Then inhale, lift your hips up. Feel an opening here through your lower back. If you like, take a block underneath your lower back. You can even release it down here. You can keep your legs where they are, or you can bring your knees to touch and feet wide to kind of release that lower back a little bit more here. We'll be here for just 2 breaths. Take an inhale, exhale. Another inhale, exhale. Slowly lift up. Release that block if you have it. And then squeeze both knees in. Feel some nice yummy space there. And then if you want to move up near a wall, we're going to do legs up the wall pose. I don't have an area in my apartment to do this, but you have options here. As you bring your legs up as far as feels comfortable, you can just stay here. You can also take this time again to bring some space to lift your hips up if that feels good, or even bring a pillow behind your head. If it feels good, if you don't have a wall like me, you can also just keeping your legs up, you can bring your hands gently into your knees and even bend those knees here. So we want to get some circulation and blood flowing, but if keeping those legs up straight without something pressing up against you isn't feeling good, then you can always just kind of release there. So We'll hold here for a few breaths. I invite you to get a wall if you do have one. And as your legs lift, feel your lower back just release. Let your shoulders melt down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Another inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Slowly release your knees in towards your chest. And we're going to find happy baby. Knees come wide. And then if you can, grab for the inner outer arches of your feet as much as feels comfortable. So if this opening is too much for you, feel free to lean in and just bring your knees towards your chest and grab for your feet. Do whatever feels best, but I want to really let you lean into your back here. Feel that space. So if you find happy baby and legs come up, maybe you even lift your lower back up off the mat. Listen to your body. If your knees are into your chest, you can do the same thing, kind of rocking and rolling. You can even lift up, grabbing for your knees this way. We'll find a few breaths, really leaning in to that low back space. Take an inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Awesome. And slowly, if you want to lift up, I want to invite you to grab the bolster, your blanket, your pillow. We're going to really lean in here as we get ready for the final wonderful pose of Shavasana. So you can bring a bolster underneath your legs here, or if you don't have one, or if you'd like, I like to also just bring my feet wide, knees to touch, like I mentioned before, to let that lower back release. Then if it feels comfortable, use these blocks, use these props however you need. So if it feels good to bring it underneath your neck, if it feels good to lift up through your lower back and release it down, use all of these however you'd like. You can even, if you have a couple blankets, you can take one to bring it underneath your head or also cover up your body. If you can take a blanket or pillow underneath your neck here, before you finally lean in, I completely forgot about this. This is a great way to kind of release that cervical spine. Release out in a ponytail if you have one, so you can really lean in. Find a blanket or anything, roll it underneath your neck, and then bring both knees into your chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your legs long. Find some relief here. Find your breath. Maybe you lean in using those props. Maybe your knees come together. Most important part, finding that breath. Finding some love for coming to your mat, for giving your body some attention, love. Even if you have to leave, even if you couldn't get to where you needed to be, I want you to bring both hands to that amazing belly of yours. Find space between your eyebrows. Release your jaw. Let your shoulders relax. Find a few just moments here to lean in. I'll call you out in just a few moments. So feel free to stay here in this Shavasana for as long as you can or you'd like. Maybe you begin to find some life back into your body by wiggling your fingers, your toes, pulling out your wrists. Lift your knees up towards your chest. Then take note of which side of your nose is a little more congested here. Roll to the opposite side for fetal position, using your bicep as a pillow. As you lie here, I want you to find so much grace, so much love and compassion for your body, your mind, for you.
being able to give life is such an amazing, beautiful thing that you should feel so many places of gratitude for. Any other feelings that come up are just as valid. So let yourself feel and acknowledge and know that whatever space you're in, it is okay. You have support, literally and figuratively. Slowly come up to a seat. We're going to do one last stretch that I forgot. So if you want to go back, you can pause and stop, but one more stretch to release that lower back. Bend these knees come wide, and then hands underneath your shins, then grab for opposite, or underneath your calves, grab for opposite shins. Once you have a hold of those shins, anyone, if they're pregnant or just had a baby, I've heard this is one of the best stretches. Squeeze into those shins, chin to chest. Then inhale, pull back. Find space from that lower back. Do so much, leaning over, taking care of. Find that length. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Lift. Then cross your legs. Bring your hands to your knees. And I want to give you another moment of space to remind you you are worthy, you are here, and you are more than enough. It is beautiful what you have done, but it is such an important reminder to give that love that you're giving out so much right now to yourself as well. You deserve it. Acknowledge your feelings, lean into them, speak to them, come back to your mat, come back to your breath anytime you need. All together, bring your hands to heart center, press them into your heart, feeling that beautiful heart space. As you breathe here, pressing your hands into your heart, as Leslie, the Fight Master, always says, reminding you to have pure and loving intentions. Lift your hands to your mouth, reminding you to have pure and loving communication. And then lift your hands to your third eye center between your eyebrows, reminding you to have pure and loving thoughts. The love, the light, and the divine, beautiful, amazing whole self within me honors the love, the light, and the beautiful, whole, divine, amazing self within you. Namaste. Thank you so much. Let me know your thoughts, how you feel. If this felt good, any poses you'd like to lean into more. And I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you so much. Namaste.